Hey everybody, Happy New Year's from the Gunsmiths workbench in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Just thought I'd give you a shout out and, like I said, say Happy New Year's and see how you guys are doing, let you know a couple things I got going on in the shop. My last video I used showed some jobs I did in this fixture, and what this was for was cutting the loaded chamber notch in 1911s, and this one will fit your your accurizer barrels that are swollen up here, but I haven't made one that fits like the officer's model yet, but I'll keep you posted on that. If you're interested in a fixture like this, it lines everything up with this 4mm pin here, and it works really good. And you can just you clamp it in a vise on parallels, and then set your indicator here, your edge finder here, go over halfway, and there you go. It clamps with just a couple of real simple C-clamps. I considered drilling a couple of holes for some clamps, but the truth is a couple of really inexpensive C-clamps work really well, and they don't hurt anything if you prepare them right. Anyway, if you're interested in that, you can hit me up at the email aforementioned in the previous video. I've also been doing some really simple knives lately. This one is still in progress. I just test wrapped the handle. I wanted to do some simpler things in the workshop, including the forged knives and such that I've been doing. I've also started making some Damascus again. So if you're a stock removal maker and you're interested in purchasing some Damascus, and such like that, give me a call. Let me know what sizes you need, and we can go from there. Here's a blade I'm working on right now. Let's see if we can get that in focus. And yeah, see if that focuses at all. Yeah, there you go. But I'm doing a lot more of that now. I really like it. I still am doing some general repairs, but not what I was. And some of that is just because general repairs don't excite me the way they once did. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the do-it-yourselfer, because this last year, it seems like people keep coming in with stuff that they've worked on themselves or that their friend helped them with and such like that. I had a gal come in with a brand new CZ, I think they call it the Scorpion, little 223 or no 9mm handgun, and one of her friends helped her put a weird drilled skeletonized trigger in, and he put everything in backwards, and he bent the spring so bad for the trigger return spring that it couldn't be used. We just had to return it to stock. Once again, friend helped a friend, didn't know what they were doing, did it wrong. I had a customer come in with an SP-101 this year that wouldn't fire 2 or 3 out of every 5 rounds. 357 Magnum, real nice gun. Guy comes in, brings it to me, and says, now he didn't work on it himself, but he said, well, I took this to a gunsmith down in Tucson, and now it won't fire. Well, he should have brought it back to the gunsmith in Tucson. And what the guy had done is he had just clipped off some coils off of the original hammer spring, to lighten up the trigger pull. And that can be done. It can work sometimes. I try not to do things personally that are not reversible. When you do something that isn't reversible, I usually opt to put replacement springs in there, like the Wolf's. This is not a plug for them, but I've used their products for a lot of years. And that way, I'm not doing something that isn't reversible, because now we got that guy's gun working again. But when he came in, he said, well, I've sent this gun back to Ruger twice. And I said, well, when did you do that? And he says, well, I sent it to them, and they said everything was working good, but I wanted the trigger lighter, so I took it to the gunsmith who said he could do it, and there it goes. Doesn't work. A customer brought in a Beretta that had a swollen chamber, and it was a little they don't call it the Bobcat. I think they call it the Bearcat, the little 22 with the tip-up barrel. and it had a swollen chamber in the barrel. Well, I brought it in, saw that it had a swollen chamber, said, hey, we're going to need to get a new barrel from somewhere or have Beretta replace it. But then in the bottom of the box is a receipt where